Hey YouTube, what's going on? Yes, I'm back again with another video tutorial in which I'm gonna be uh, going through introduction to the object-oriented programming challenges. So it says that at its core, software development solves a problem or achieves a result with computation. The software the software development process first defines a problem and then presents a solution. Object-oriented programming is one of the several major approaches to the software development process. So, as its name implies, object-oriented programming organizes code into into object definitions. These are sometimes called classes, and they group together data with related behavior. The data is an object's attributes, and the behavior in brackets or functions are methods. The object structure makes it flexible within a program. Objects can transfer information by calling and passing data to another object's method. Also, new classes can receive or inherit all the features from a base or parent class. This helps to reduce repeated code. Your choice of programming approach depends on few factors. These include the type of problem as well as how you want to structure your data and algorithms. This session covers object or object-oriented programming principles in JavaScript. Cool. Interesting. So let's get to our first challenge. So this one is about create a basic JavaScript object. Think about things people see every day, like cars, shops, and birds. These are all objects, tangible things people can observe and interact with. What are some qualities of these objects? A car has wheels, shops sells items, and birds have wings. These qualities or properties define what makes up an object. Note that similar objects share the same properties but may have different values for properties. For example, all cars have wheels, but not all cars have the same number of wheels. Interesting. Objects in JavaScript are used to model real-world objects, giving them properties and behavior just like the real-world counterparts. Here's an example using these concepts to create a duck object. So it creates an object called duck and gives it a property which is name and number of legs. So the name of the duck is Aflac and it's got 2 legs. Right. This duck object has 2 properties or slash value pairs, a name of Aflac and a numlegs of 2. Create a dog object with name and numlegs properties and set them to a string and a number respectively. So we need to create properties for the dog object, which is a name and numlegs. So I would do name is I don't know. I'll probably give my bestie's name because he's more like a dog. Yeah. Anyway, so put a comma there and then legs is equal to I don't know 2. Yep, he's got 2 legs. All right. So I'm pretty sure he won't mind me. Yeah. Alright, so that one's done. So there we go. That passes the test. Submit and go to the next challenge. Alright. Oops, I'm not that rich yet. Alright, cool. So this challenge is about the dot notation to access the properties of an object. The last challenge creates an object with various properties. Yep, name and numlex. Now you will see how to access the values of those properties. Here's an example. So that's an object. How do we access its properties, which is name or numlex, by choosing the dot notation. So that would be an object name first, and then followed by a dot, and then the property you want to access. And this will print a flag to the console. Right, so dot notation is used on the project name, doc, yep, cool, followed by the name of the property name to access the value of a flag. Alright, so now it asks us to print both properties of the dog object below to your console. Right, cool. So let's print that one. So we would do console dot log, and that would be what's the object's name in this case? Dog. Yes, and which property you want to print out first? Name. So followed by dot and then name. Perfect. Good job. And then the second one would be again the object's name of whose property you want to access, and then the property you want to actually access. Alright, so in this case I want to access numlex. Brilliant. Alright, so here we go. It's printed out spot and it's printed out the number of legs, which was 4. Run the test. Yay, good job guys, I'm really proud of you. Keep up the good work. So without further ado, let's go into the next challenge. So in this one it says create a method on an object. Cool. So objects can have a special type of property called a method. Alright, methods are properties that are functions. Yeah, methods are properties that are functions. This adds different behavior to an object. Here's the doc example with a method. So that's a property. Say name whatever the function's name you want to give, and then define the function, and then make a function here whatever you want to do in these curly braces. So it says that the action, the example as this say name method, yep, which is this one, which is a function that returns a sentence giving the name of the dog. Okay, cool. So it returns this sentence, okay, and plus prints out the name of the dog, which is objects dot name, in this case a flag, and then puts a period at the end. Alright, and now it prints out the function name followed by open and close brackets. Cool. Yeah, that one's done. So notice that the method accessed the name property in the return statement using duck.name. Yep. The next challenge will cover another way to do this. Use the dog object, give it a method called select. The method should return the sentence, this dog has 4 legs. Brilliant. So what do we want to name the method again? Say legs. So we name the method here legs. I mean say legs, and then we type in the function keyword and followed by opening curly braces, and then we write the sentence, oops, return, and we do like this, oops, this dog has how many legs? 4. So I'm gonna use the num-leg property of the dog to get the num legs, the number of legs. So I would do the dog and then num legs. Perfect. And then open it plus concatenate it with legs at the end. So legs and then period. Perfect. And now the output should say this dog has 4 legs. Alright. Okay, let's run text. Oh, where did I go wrong? So it says the dog select should return the given string. Note that punctuation and spacing matters. Okay. So punctuation and spacing matters. I forgot to put a semicolon at the end of the function, which I should have done. Where did I go wrong? Return then spacing matters said. Right. That's the function, yep. Oh, my bad. I forgot to add this semicolon right at the end. Would that be the problem? So I say return this dog has plus dog num legs plus legs dot. And that should pass now. Yep. This should pass now. Yes, it passes. Brilliant, guys. Good job. And keep up the good work. And now let's go to the next challenge. I bet you're getting really excited as all the concepts are being really cleared. I'm really happy for you guys. So let's just keep coding. Right, so in this one it says make code more reusable with this keyword. So this keyword, alright. So now it says the last challenge introduced a method to the doc object. Yep. The doc object, it used doc.name.notation to access the value for the name property within the return statement. Cool. Say name, this was the function, and we return the name property to get the name of the doc. Perfect. While this is a valid way to access the object's property, there's a pitfall here. If the variable name changes, any code referencing the original name would need to be updated as well. In a short object definition, it isn't a problem, but if an object has many references to its properties, there is a greater chance of error. A way to avoid these issues is with this keyword. So choosing, instead of the object's name, is choosing this. So this refers to this code block only. Alright, so by choosing this name, it's clear that that is using the name in this code block. Alright, So this has sorry about that. This is a deep topic. Okay, so this keyword is a deep topic, and the above example is only one way to use it. In the current context, this refers to the object that the method is associated with, the duck. If the object's name is changed to Millard, it is not necessary to find all the references to duck in the code. It makes the code reusable and easier to read. Modify the dog_SailX method to remove any references to the dog. Use the duck example for guidance. Cool. So essentially what we're saying is that this keyword here is only associated with the object or the context or the current block it's used in. So in this example, this is associated with the doc object, and if I want to use this dot name, it will only take the value of this property here. And if you have, say, a big class and there's several objects in it, as in a big sorry, I'll just rephrase that. If you have a class and there are several objects in it, then if you use this keyword, it will only take the context of the object that this keyword is declared in. So in this is declared in duck. And say for example, if I've got duck and the dog, two objects together in one class, then if I use this in the dog object, then this will only refer to the dog object, not the duck. However, if I use just an object and the variable name, then it will refer to any. Sorry, I think I've confused myself as well. So let's change the SailX method to remove any references to the dog. Use the dog example for guidance. So dog, I don't want this specifically. I need this keyword to refer to just this numlex. Alright, so let's check if this passes. Okay, check if this passes. Yes, we did it. Let's go to the next challenge. Right, in this one is telling us to define a constructor function. Constructors are functions that create new objects. They define properties and behaviors that will belong to a new object. Okay, think of them as a blueprint for the creation of a new object. Here's an example. So function bird, that's a constructor. So it creates these properties. So this name, this color, and this numlex. So alright. So this constructor defines a bird object with properties name, color, and numlex, set to Albert, blue, and 2 respectively. Constructors follow constructors constructors follow a few conventions. Constructors are defined with a capitalized name, alright, to distinguish them from other functions that are not constructors. And constructors use the keyword this to set properties of the object that will create. Inside the constructor, this refers to the new object that it will create. Constructors define properties and behaviors instead of returning a value as other functions. So now it asks us to create a constructed dog with properties name, color, and numlex that are set to a string, and a number respectively. Alright, so in short way means that constructors are just used for declaring and assigning properties, assigning values to properties. So you declare name property and you assign the property a value, which is Albert. Alright, so the task is to define create a constructor dog. So function create dog, and see it said that the construction are defined with a capitalized name, so the first letter is always capital of the constructor. So this is my constructor name. So now I would want to define the properties of it and assign them values at the same time. So now I would say this name and then prop name. I'll still use my bestie's name because yeah, he's the most special dog in the world. Well, he's not really a dog, but he's a dog for me because he's my bestie, but he's a human, if you know what that means. Anyway, that one's done, and so we need to add a semicolon, and then this, and which other property do we need? Color. Cool. Color I would say is brown, and the other property is legs, numlex, sorry, and he has 2 legs. Alright, here we go, perfect. Run the test and see if we pass it. Oh yes, you are on fire. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the next challenge. So now it says use a constructor to create objects. Very interesting, isn't it? Oh, right. So here's the bird constructor from the previous challenge. Right. This dot named is declaring the property name here and assigning a value, property color, assigning a value, and property numlex and assigning it a 2. This inside the constructor always refers to the object being created. Okay, so this means that we are creating this object. Alright, so let bluebird is equal to new bird. Alright, cool. So notice that the new operator is used when calling a constructor. Okay, yep. Here we go. This is the new keyword it's talking about. Operator. This tells JavaScript to create a new instance of bird called bluebird. So create a new instance of bird and call it a bluebird. Without the new operator, this inside the constructor would not point to a newly created object, giving unexpected results. Now Bluebird has all the properties defined inside the bird constructor. Cool. So Bluebird name, Bluebird color, Bluebird numlex, right? So just just like another uh, just like any other object, its properties can be inserted and modified. So Bluebird.name, which is with a dot notation again, so I'm updating it's updating the name from Albert to Elvira, right? So now the challenge is to use the dog constructor from the last lesson to create a new instance of the dog, assigning it to a variable hound. Right, cool. So how do we create the construct instance of the constructor again? So by declaring it by let keyword, and then I would call it, I don't know, my favorite dog, and for new, and then dog. Oops, no, I can't make this the variable of my choice, so I will uh, alter it to hound as it says in the task, because if I do uh, favorite dog, it would not pass the test, I'm pretty sure, but let's test if it does. Yeah, see, told you not. So it has to be exactly the way the free code camp tasks want it to be. Alright, so let's run the test and see if we pass it now. Brilliant. Isn't it getting so exciting? There you're building on top of your existing knowledge, the brand new knowledge of object-oriented programming. Oh, flattering, isn't it? Alright, let's go to the next one. Right, in this one, it teaches us to it, it, it teaches us to extend constructors to receive arguments. Huh, interesting. So the bird and dog constructors from the last challenge works well. However, notice that all birds are all birds that are created with the bird constructor are automatically named Albert. Right. Are blue in color and have two legs. Okay, so they automatically have these properties, which is name, Albert, blue, the color is blue, and they all have two legs. What if we want birds with different values for name and color? It's possible to change the properties for each bird manually, but that would be a lot of work. So let's one is creating a new instance of a bird object, and then using the properties to assign the name and the color. And now it says, suppose you were writing a program to keep track of hundreds or even thousands of different birds in aviary. I'm not even sure how to pronounce this word. If I pronounce it incorrectly, please correct me, guys. All right, in the comments. So it will take a lot of time to create all the birds, then change the properties to different values for every one. To more easily create different bird objects, you can design your bird constructor to accept parameters. So in short, it's saying generalize your bird object with a constructor that takes in arguments. Alright, So function bird, it takes in two arguments, name and a color, and then it assigns the given name wherever the name is to the property name, and wherever the color is to property color, and no matter how many legs has the bird got, it would give, I mean the birds only have two legs, don't they? So yeah, I'm being a bit stupid. I'm being a bit stupid now. Silly me. So the num legs are therefore hard coded, which is 2, because a bird only has 2 legs, it can't have more. So then pass in the values as arguments to define each unique bird into the bird constructor. So let cardinal is equal to new birds, Bruce and Red. So this Bruce will become the name and red will become the color. So in this one, the Bruce, whatever the first value of the parameter is, it will go to name, and the second value will go to color, which is here, right? So this gives a new instance of bird with the name and color properties set to Bruce and red, respectively. Yep, cool. The num-legs property is still set to 2. The cardinal has these properties, Bruce, red, and 2. The constructor is more flexible. It's now possible to define the properties for each bird at the time it is created, which is one way that JavaScript constructors are useful. They group objects together based on shared characteristics and behavior and define a blueprint that automates their creation. So now it says that create another dog constructor. Okay, another one. This time set it up to take the parameter name and color. So I've got 2 parameters, name and color. So dog and name, let name, oops, no, parameters name and color, and have the property numlex set fixed at 4. So that would be like oops, my bad. So this dot name is equal to name, and this dot color is equal to color. And now I want the numlegs to be set to 4, because dogs only have 4 legs. Alright, cool, brilliant. So then create a fix at 4. Yep, I've done that here. Then create a dog saved in a variable terrier. Pass it to strings as argument for the name and color. I think we had to do this one. Anyway, I'll do that as well in this constructor. So I'll just copy and paste the code in there. Okay, now we need to pass it to strings as argument for the name and value. So it says then create a new dog saved in a variable terrier. Okay, so let terrier is equal to new dog, and new dog, and pass it 2 strings as argument for the name and color. So 2 strings, I would say Jackie, and color is black and white. Oops, my bad. Black and white. Oopsie again. Alright. So now what this is gonna do is take the Jackian name is there and take the color and assign this value to this color. Alright. Let's run the code and see if all the tests pass. Yay! Boom shakalaka. Oh yeah. You're smashing it, guys. I'm really proud of you. Alright, this is it for this tutorial, or the challenge. If you I hope you guys really learned the new concept, and if you guys have any questions about my video, and if you didn't really understand something that I explained, I'm pretty happy to explain you guys again. But if you guys can comment what did you not understand. Alright, until then, I'll see you in the next video, and have fun coding.